Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more RimWorld, returning to a no-hope playthrough. And right now we have toxic fallout affecting the colony, and as a result, we're not really able to go outside for extended periods of time, which is actually very frustrating because I have a lot of things that I was trying to get accomplished that really haven't been able to do at this point. I mean, I did manage to finish the hydroponic farm here, which is good. But another effect of this toxic fallout is that my crops are dying. Now, we just did have harvest of the potatoes and the corn and the rice, so this isn't a huge devastating thing that's happening, but as you can see, the potatoes are getting close to 60% and they are dying because of the toxic fallout. The biggest problem is the heel root, which takes a very long time to grow, is also being killed by the toxic fallout, as well as our trees, which also take an incredibly long time to grow. So those two things are going to be more of a problem, but the other things we did technically just harvest not that long ago, and this toxic fallout has only been affecting us for roughly about 2 days now. And according to the description, it could affect us for a full season. So we might be in it for the long haul here, but for right now, we have a lot of colonists idle, and it's because I don't really have anything for them to do that isn't a long-term job outside. The biggest problem is if I just unrestrict them and I don't give them a job to do, they unfortunately start doing jobs like planting crops and things, which is completely and totally useless to me. One thing I would like to do is R2-D2. Where are you? There you are. So when R2-D2 comes inside, I was hauling some things that drop from a cargo pod. Now she will be restricted because she's been outside. Let's take a look at her health. Okay, so that little trip wasn't that big of a deal. What I can do is take people like Old Ben and put them back on a restriction of Area 2. And C-3PO would probably be another one. I already did C-3PO. I meant Old Ben. There we go. Well, those two would be fine to put outside. And honestly, you should be mining because that's a higher priority for you. Sometimes that kind of frustrates me. Okay, so Luke should resume the cooking. Okay, seriously? Aren't you on, like, the highest priority to mine? Oh, no, that's R2-D2. I got a little bit confused there. See, yeah. So she's going to go grow crops. We don't want her to do that. That's a waste of time. So go back to that. R2-D2, after you're done with your meal, I guess we can unrestrict you and put you in Area 2. You do have a high priority to mine, so you will do that. C-3PO, I'm really getting frustrated with you because I don't really want to change your work priority. I could have swore it was the other way around. Maybe I accidentally did that. Maybe I did that because I wanted her to do something else at the time. But let's get C-3PO on the right priorities here. And we'll just keep an eye on the health of these guys. When they start getting the toxic buildup, we'll send them back in. So that's Old Ben. Needs to go back inside. How's your health doing? You're fine. C-3PO, you have a little bit of toxic buildup. So let's have you go inside. We'll just keep an eye on the health of R2-D2 here. But this is a job that I would like done because the idea here was to expand the fridge, at least before all this toxic buildups happened, because we had a lot of crops that filled up our fridge and we didn't really have room for. Okay, so now that you're done with the mining, let's restrict you and put you back inside. Means we're going to have more idle colonists, because really there isn't a whole lot to do inside here outside of managing the plants every so often. Problem is, we really want Han to be doing that because the others are really terrible at growing and cutting plants. But this does give us food while we're inside like this, which this is the whole point of the hydroponic farm. They could expand the hydroponic farm, And I'm actually half tempted to do that now. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that, because I'm getting kind of frustrated with the toxic fallout and not having... What is the normal area of this? So it's 13. But I'm taking into account the walls, so let's think about it this way. So 11. So we want to cut in 11. And then we're going to want to include the walls. But now that I'm doing the order to mine, I want to go 11 deep. This is to cover the area that we need for the sun lamp. At least that's the idea. All right. I should give people things to do inside. Now, the downside is I don't think they can haul the stone anywhere, but one thing I could do is I could restart the bill. So as stones come into existence, R2D2 will grab them and bring them over here to start the stone cutting. At least I assume so. I don't know what she's going to do with the stone because she doesn't have a stockpile to put them anywhere, but oh well. I guess she'll just put them all over the floor. Yeah, that's exactly what she's doing. Oh well, again, at least she's got a job. We have a battery breakdown. Alright, well that can be fixed inside. The real problem is something happens over here. We'd have to go outside, but it's not that big of a deal, I guess. Another problem is, while this is going on, animals are dying. I should probably be picking them up. So, Luke's a cook. Somebody that can haul. That isn't much useful for anything else. Okay, restriction. C3PO, unrestricted. C3PO, come haul this. Okay. There's other dead animals out here. As long as they're not rotten. This is actually going to be pretty good for us. I mean, it sucks because all the animals on the map are dead, but at the same time, we're going to get a lot of food out of it. Matter of fact, let us unrestrict some other people like Chewbacca. Restrict. I'm going to unrestrict because hauling should be number 1, so they should be doing that. Alright, we've struck compacted machinery, all the better. Gives us some resources. Okay, I'm looking around for more dead animals. Again, they should have all died at roughly the same time, so if we get them inside and refrigerated, they should be okay. Now, whether or not we have that much room in the fridge, I don't know. I'm just going to look around here, see if there's any more dead animals. I guess that's it. Not really seeing a whole lot else. There wasn't that much on the map anyway. Alright, so we have 2 people out there hauling. I may have to even grab them. Where are you right now, C3PO? Okay, I might even have to have them do an all-night shift with this. So we get our fridge nice and full. I actually wish I would have thought of that earlier. Okay, yeah, so she's going to bed. We don't want her to do that. We want her to keep picking up camels. So, I mean, it's a very long walk, so it's kind of a problem. Okay, we got an iguana. Nobody did repair that battery, huh? Okay, you're trying to go back to bed. How's your health? Still no build up, so... Did I tell you to pick up one of these camels? Confused. Did they rot? Oh, R2D2 is not one of the ones that we have hauling. Okay. For some reason, I get confused with those two. Okay, old Ben. I'm going to try and go to bed. I'm going to have him go and haul that. Maybe I should have had R2D2 help. How's your health? A little bit of toxic buildup. Okay. This should be the last one. And then they can go to bed. Alright, well, at least we get some food out of it. It's not a total loss. And they should, now that they're refrigerated, last a little bit longer. Yeah, definitely. Okay, that's spoiled. So we were a little bit too slow on that one, but that's okay. It was worth a try. We did get a couple camels in, and actually 3 camels and an iguana, so that's better than nothing. If I had thought of that a little bit earlier, though, definitely we could have grabbed those and been a little bit better off. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do, go into bills, suspend the simple meals, and go on to fine meals. This is going to force Luke to butcher the animals when applicable, and start making fine meals with all the meat that we have. Then otherwise, we're just going to continue to dig here. Ooh, cargo pod. So let's jump to the location. Okay, we just got a bunch of rice. So we just had C3PO and old Ben do an all-nighter. So what I'm going to do is, first off, restrict them back to Area 1. I think it's going to be R2-D2 and Han and Chewbacca that all go out. So R2-D2, Han, Chewbacca, and then whatever they're doing, they need to stop. So, oh, I did the wrong thing. I wanted them to be unrestricted. That's what I wanted. Okay. Let's prioritize them hauling. That way they interrupt whatever it was that they were doing. He is still overcoming his withdrawal. He's a little bit more progressed with it, of course. Oh, we did miss a couple iguanas here. Spoils in less than a day. Let's unforbid. We might be able to get them in time. Although, getting kind of close here. So, why don't you... Saying no empty place to store it? That can't be right. Oh, well, it must have rotted or something, because otherwise there is valid spots. Oh, well. We'll have the rice coming in here soon. Maybe it's because they are already hauling the rice, and the rice took up those slots. That could be what it is. But hopefully, if Luke continues to cook rapid fire here, we'll get some more slots in the fridge. And of course, there's people eating meals that will help. Okay, so Han, we have a little bit of a problem with because of his work setup. So I'm going to take him off of high growing. We're going to draft on draft. No, seriously. Okay, you know what? Restrictions. Everyone go back into Area 1. What's happened is they don't have anywhere to put the food. So there's a couple things of rice still out here, which sucks. And I would like to take care of that, but right now I can't. Not until somebody starts cooking again. Somebody. I'm not going to name names, but somebody sitting right here. You know what? F you. Get in there. First off, the door's propped open. Okay, so let's go back to the research screen here. And what do we want? What do we want? Don't think I want any of those things right now. Sure, why not? Hospital bed. Research. Okay. Grab that rice, get it out of there. And then I might have to do an all-nighter here with C-3PO. Get her to continue to cook after Luke's done. Because we are having, again, a shortage of space. Which is a problem you want to have. You want to have a fridge that is too full. Matter of fact, I think we go ahead and go to restrictions, unrestrict Old Ben, and tell him to haul. Ben, haul. Is there only 5 rice there? Okay. How about this, Old Ben? How about you prioritize hauling the bigger stack of rice? Okay. He's picked up the rice. That's good. So we're not going to be wasting any of those. And then Luke should be going to bed pretty soon. As a matter of fact, he's not going to go to bed. The reason he's not going to go to bed is because we have him prioritized, and they will not cancel the prioritization. As a matter of fact, we got to cancel it ourselves because he's going to starve. So can you go and consume fine meal, please? And Old Ben is on the way. Would like him to pick up this meat, though, so he doesn't, it just isn't left out. Alright, well, we kind of dealt with... Oh. Did I... Does he need that food? Yes, he does. Okay. Let him do that, then. Okay. Prioritize hauling, please. Okay, there we go. We took care of that day. We got a bulk goods trader. Good luck surviving the toxic fallout, my friends. And don't hold it against me when you all die, because you will. Okay. Waiting for Luke to wake up. Maybe I shouldn't wait. Let's just take a look here. Health, toxic buildup, initial. Okay, well, Luke, I know you're not going to like this, but time to get up. Go talk to the trader. Okay, let's go through here. So, I'm going to sell the nutrient paste because nobody's eating it and it's just going to go bad. So let's sell that. Kind of a waste of money, but there we go. As a matter of fact, maybe a couple people did eat them because we had more than 7. But at this point, we're getting rid of it because I think it has an expiration date, and that expiration date's probably upcoming. And because other meals are always going to be prioritized over a nutrient paste, I'm just going to get rid of it. Okay, other things that we can sell. I'm not going to be selling any of our food for obvious reasons. Going through cloth, anything that is not all that abundant, I don't even know what flake is. What is flake? Okay, we're going to be selling that. Must have gotten that off a pirate or something. Steel. Oh, wow. Our steel supply is really that low. We had a ton of steel. Where did it all go? Huh. Okay, well. Continue through the list. Okay, our clothing list. Anything below 60% is going to be sold. Unless it is a jacket, because we are short on those. So, going down the list, Not seeing anything that qualifies at this moment. Oh yeah, this t-shirt here. Sell that. There are some clothes here for sale. But not a jacket, just a lot of parkas. Okay, so going through the hats. Same kind of stipulations. Okay. Nothing really there. Nobody buys weapons or tribal stuff, apparently. I'm probably going to end up getting rid of that, but I think you can smelt a lot of at least the metal ones. Okay, so we have a little bit of trading here. Is there anything we want from them? Honestly, probably not, unless it just... I mean, I could buy meals, but that seems like a waste of resources, especially as we're not short on food right now. What is chem fuel? Now that I am looking at it. Okay. Certain machines and rockets can be fueled with it. Alright, well, I'm not really worried about that. You could buy components. Which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. But you know what? I'm just going to take the silver. And are you hauling this over? You probably aren't because you're restricted. So I actually don't know where that silver went. Oh, there it is. I see it. I'm just going to unrestrict you for a very brief moment. There we go. And old Ben can be put back on restrictions. Okay, and then now that we have that done, Luke can be back on restrictions as well. I suspect that if these guys hang around too long, some of these animals and maybe even the people will drop due to the poisoning. I'm gonna watch it though, like, you know, Terrier, how you doing? Just initial. They might leave before it really affects them. Okay, we're not doing too bad, I would say. We're into fall time. Outdoor temperatures are on the cool side. If we had a cold snap, honestly, it wouldn't be that big of a deal because otherwise we're pretty fine here. I'm going to assume the stone cutting is just going to stop because we have surrounded... Oh, no, actually, he's continuing. All right, now how is their fallout? Toxic buildup, still initial. Okay, nothing to worry about for them. Should we start turning on the heaters now that we're in the fall time? I would say yes. So let's toggle on. Toggle on. And don't really have anyone idle, so I'm just going to have you prioritize flicking that. And prioritize flicking. Okay, so we have visitors. Okay. One is a trader. So I'm going to wait until they show up. That'd be kind of funny if all these people die from the toxic buildup and we can salvage stuff from them. The downside is it might hurt our relationship. I don't really know exactly how that works. I mean, it wouldn't be our fault that they died. But they did come here and then never return, so... Okay, well, Luke, go ahead and trade with this guy now. really want you on cooking, but you're not doing that. Okay. Let's see. Going down the list. So they have meals for sale. They have components, but they're selling at a premium. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything that jumps out. I mean, they do buy weapons, and I don't like incendiary launchers, so I will be selling that. They have a Doomsday rocket launcher, which I have no intention of. I think I'm going to sell one of these cocktails, Molotov cocktails, and I'm going to sell maybe both of the frag grenades and keep one. And they don't buy any of the tribal stuff or anything else, so I guess that's going to be it. Get a little bit more silver. And they don't really have anything that I necessarily want. Maybe medicine. Medicine wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Yeah, let's go ahead and take some. Not a bad price. Okay, so Luke. Or anyone, C-3PO, let's say. Let's unrestrict you. You come over here. Haul that. And then haul the silver when you get around to it. We were probably trying to get a meal, but I'm going to unrestrict her now, or re-restrict her, I guess. Okay, well, we're getting close to that time. We're going to cut the video. I just want to check real quick how the toxic buildup now on minor. Again, I have a feeling that they're going to leave before it starts dropping them. But again, I think that would be funny to see. And we get some meat out of it if the animals start dropping. And if the people start dropping, well, we'll get some gear. As it does look like they have some weapons I probably could use. Speaking of weapons I can use, I've had an assault rifle for a little while. Why don't we go ahead and equip that? Because it's probably better than the heavy SMG that we currently have equipped. And then C-3PO, you can, wherever you are, I'm going to equip the heavy SMG so that we have that on you, because that's probably better than a pistol. And I think this is going to be the point where we go ahead and put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.